All right, y'all. The Man Who Avenged Boxing. None other than Sugar Shane Mosley. And the fight we're going to cover today is the fight that he had against Antonio the Tijuana Tornado Margarito. And this fight took place in January 24th, 2009. You know, so there's a lot of interesting narratives to this, a lot of little details that we want to get into today. So that's why I chose this fight. Now, before we get into it any further, I want everybody to hit that subscribe button. Get ready to hit that like button. Get ready to share it. We appreciate all that. Every subscription counts. Every like counts. Definitely get in them comments. Let me know how y'all feel about everything. We definitely appreciate that. Now, like I said, this fight had a lot of backdrop to it. There was a lot of things going on. So previously, before this fight, Antonio Margarito fought Miguel Cotto. Now, this was a big fight because it continued that rivalry, first of all, with Mexico against Puerto Rico. Miguel Cotto was Puerto Rican, and obviously Margarito was Mexican. So this was a really big fight. It was important for their culture. Now, Cotto came out blazing. I got to tell you, he came out moving, fighting well, delivered a lot of great combos. He hit him with both hands. I thought he had way more intensity, and I thought that you could see there was a real skill difference here, when they fought. The thing that you noticed was when Cotto was hitting him, though, it didn't seem to have a great effect. Like he was nailing him, but the guy wasn't slowing down, and that was something that I was like, damn, I remember watching it like, no, boy, he putting some lumber on that guy, but that guy keeps coming forward. So I thought Margarito was a real tough dude. So now, you fast forward a little bit further down to the fight, you're watching Margarito start to get out on Cotto a little bit. And now you're looking at the effects, right? Because you're saying it gave you flashbacks of Meldrick Taylor against Chavez, because you're watching Cotto essentially look like he winning every round, but like his face is all swollen up now. Like he's starting to look beat up, you know what I mean? Like, damn, what's going on here? Margarito seemed to really be having some serious impact when he landed. It was like every time he landed, it hurt Cotto, and it hurt him bad. Cotto was really busted open before you know it, man. It was like, man, for a guy that just was winning the fight, this thing really took a turn, So, and my thing was, even with all the speculation on it, because Cotto did lose this fight, Margarito ended up stopping him, man. It was a big deal. And then that was like his great acclaim, too. That was a big deal for him. But my point was, even with all the speculation that came afterwards, the guy has some kind of chin regardless, because, you can't put anything on your chin. You can't really, put any kind of substances or anything on your chin. So I thought that guy was a really tough dude, man, just in spite of everything that was going on. I just felt like, he was definitely a tough dude. And you could see the effects. You see Cotto there, man. That was my boy, too. I like Cotto, man. But, yeah, that was a rough night for him. That was actually his first loss, too. So, yeah. And you see his towel, his guys waving the towel. He said enough, man. Yeah, so now we move to the incident. Now, at the time, there was a brother named Nazim Richardson who was training Shane Mosley. Now, Nazim noticed that there was a pasty substance on Margarito's hand wraps. And the reason he noticed that is because in pro fights, when you get in your hands wrapped, the other guy's trainer is supposed to be there, somebody from the other guy's camp. So that's why he was there in the first place. That's how he saw it. And he noticed something was not right with it. So he called in the California State Inspector. That guy came in, saw the wraps was looking wild, told them they needed to take that stuff off. Padding fell out. Shane Mosley's lawyer seized the padding, and then they sent it off to the lab. So because of the fight, it was a big fight. Magnitude was great. Floyd had just retired, so they was looking for somebody to take over that welterweight division. They didn't want to stop the fight. So they told them, we're going to move ahead, but we understand something may have happened, but we're going to finish this fight. So that's where we at now. Now, Shane Mosley, as you all know, he was a dog. Definitely lights out fighter, undisputed champion in a few weight classes. Definitely was a pound for pound best at one point. And Antonio Margarito, he definitely was a dog too. Like I told you, the guy came from nothing, got it from the bottom, So gotta have a lot of respect for that guy as far as that grind, But as far as the incident, he definitely was up to something. Now to the fight. Now the first thing you can see when you start watching this fight is the skill level difference. You can see that Shane is faster. He got a higher IQ. He putting better combinations together. You got Margarito just walking forward, trying to get after him, which has been his style from the beginning. But you can really see how much better I thought Shane was. You saw Shane just hitting this guy with all kind of right hands. At one point, it was just right hand crazy, right hand this, right hand that. And you really started to wonder if Margarito was even going to be able to make it, to the end of the fight. He was really getting out on Margarito. Now, to his credit, Margarito, that is, he was a dog and he did give away a lot of rounds. So he was a slow starter. He would, turn it up late. This is how he got some of them guys out of there that I mentioned to you before. So it was a cause for pause, but I'm sure his corner wasn't too alarmed. But it kept going on. You know what I mean? That was the thing. So after like the fifth, sixth round, you just noticed it. You said, "This is it, man. This guy's pretty much beaten battered." And so Shane ended up getting him out of there. Stopped that guy with a mean combination at the end. So yeah, this fight ended in a stoppage. Obviously, like I told you, Mosley got him out of there, man. It was a brutal beatdown, and it was the reason why I said that Shane avenged boxing, because this guy was out of control and potentially cost somebody their life. That's the thing. You're talking about breaking the rules within a rule-breaking sport almost, So, yeah. And it takes me back to a story from the guy from the 80s. His name was Billy Collins, right? He fought from 1981 to 83. He had his career cut short by a guy named Louis Resto. They had a fight. Louis Resto's trainer was Panama Lewis. A lot of y'all may know him. He got a duplicitous pass at best. But Resto had used illegal pads in that fight. Somehow he had then got that cushion out of his gloves, beat the boy damn near to death. Both of his eyes were swollen shut. He had permanently lost vision and was unable to box again. And he actually suffered from a massive depression. And both he and his friend ended up crashing and dying in a car accident. Sports Illustrated actually said they thought it was intentional. So, yeah. That was unfortunate. And, of course, we can't blame Respo for him killing himself, but he definitely played a role in that young man's perception on life. So, yeah, shout to Billy Collins, man. Yeah, so this is why Shane Mosley, to me, is the man that avenged boxing, because he got some get back for these guys. He got some get back for the Billy Collins and Miguel Cottos and whoever else fought in that ring and was at a massive disadvantage because somebody was looking to cheat. I got a serious disdain for that. Boxing is a very, very hard sport. You're talking about getting punched in the face at all different speeds and all different power levels, rather. And the last thing you need is somebody with some plaster of Paris on their knuckles or less padding in their gloves than it's supposed to be, because it's already only 8 to 10 ounces. So it's just ridiculous. So for me, Shane Mosley definitely is the man who avenged boxing. And also, Nazim Richardson is the man who kind of saved boxing, at least saved a lot of fighters, because listen. People could have been brain dead. Shane could have been brain dead. You never know how your body gonna respond to getting punched with plaster. So that was a really, really big save by Nazim. I thought he should have got a lot more credit for that and a lot more, praise. I would even say, because of how the long term of how he saved people. And so, yeah, man, it was really a big deal. I want to thank everybody that stayed to watch this whole thing. Appreciate y'all, man. You got to be a subscriber if you stayed this long. So definitely appreciate y'all locking in. And yeah, man, Shane Mosley, the man who avenged boxing. Peace.